Hello GIME clients and friends, this is Kim Garcia here with a GIME Truth video about red meat and why we here at the Garcia Institute of Modern Excellence consume a lot of grass-fed beef. Unfortunately, there's a lot of fear and misunderstanding about red meat and its conjunction to cancer. There were some studies released that say it could possibly be linked to cancer. And unfortunately, those studies were lumped in with processed meat. So when you see the articles, it says processed meat and red meat causes cancer. Unfortunately, they did not find a definitive link between red meat and cancer. They did find a possible link between red meat and colorectal cancer, but again, not enough strong evidence for the WHO, the World Health Organization, to be able to definitively say that red meat is linked to cancer. There's actually a Q&A document on their website directly that when you actually ask them how many cancer cases every year can be attributed to the consumption of processed meat and red meat, it says eating red meat has not yet been established as a cause of cancer. There were 700 studies reviewed to determine whether red meat was linked to cancer or not, and only 400 studies on the processed meat. They confirmed definitively that the processed meat was a carcinogenic from only 400 studies, but with 700 studies, 22 experts over 10 countries, they could not prove a definitive link with red meat and cancer. Now, the reason we choose to consume grass-fed red meat is because we look at the science of it. When a cow is treated humanely and they're able to eat grass and they're raised as they're supposed to be, they offer our body tons of nutrients. 4 ounces of red meat offers your body 60% of its daily needs in vitamin B12. It's very high in selenium, zinc, vitamin B3, iron, and again, a great source of protein. With the energy demands of my life, I had to eat grass-fed red meat in order to improve my heart health, to reverse my symptoms of chronic Epstein-Barr virus, and clients that have been with us for more than a decade have had to improve their intake of grass-fed beef. They've actually reversed osteoporosis, reversed chronic nerve pain, and none of them have been diagnosed with cancer. And again, this is an anecdotal study after having them for 10 years with me, a decade, and they're now in their 70s. Now, for a larger case study group, or a larger group, would be the country of Luxembourg. The country of Luxembourg is cited to eat 320 pounds of beef per person per year, and their life expectancy is actually longer than that of us in the United States at 82 years old. Now, even though there may be health issues, what you want to think about, if red meat definitively caused cancer, there's a good chance that the whole country of Luxembourg would be extinct. So you want to just think about those things logically, not fear-based. And the cells need antioxidants to fight off free radicals to actually prevent cancer. According to the University of Maryland's website, red meat is one of the highest sources of the antioxidant alpha-lipoic acid and also a great nutrient L-carnitine. Both of these nutrients help our body sustain optimal health. The other piece with this, if there's philosophical concerns. If you're avoiding meat altogether because of your concern with harming an animal, we can understand that and we can talk to you about ways to make sure you're nourishing your body adequately. But if I'm looking philosophically just in my terms, if I'm going to choose to take a life in order for my best survival, a cow can feed many. Fish and chicken or poultry as a turkey, can feed very few. And actually, according to the World Health Organization, there is a question asked that says, should we eat only poultry and fish? And it says, the cancer risk associated with the consumption of poultry and fish were not evaluated. So we've not even done a study to see if poultry and fish have the same possible correlations as the red meat does. So a lot of the decisions that we're making on how we nourish our body is based off fear and just regurgitated information, not true fact. And then lastly, what some people believe is that red meat rots in their stomach. I actually fell for this myself 20 years ago when I started having chronic illness from cutting out so many food groups. And what I want you to think about, it's like physically impossible. You don't swallow a whole hamburger, a whole steak. It doesn't just sit there in your gut. If that were the case, my great-grandparents that passed away at 88 and 93 years old would have been pretty bloated after all that red meat they consumed. They literally ate red meat at least every other day, and when they passed away with 0 hip replacements, no spine surgeries, pretty vital up until the end, and no diagnoses of cancer. If you chew your food thoroughly, when you eat the hamburger, you eat the steak, it's coming down liquefied, and your body absorbs those liquids in order to make new, healthy, lean bone mass, lean muscle mass. So what I would say is check out sites such as whfoods.com. Look at the University of Maryland's website. Look at the World Health Organization's information on these studies. I'm going to provide the links with this YouTube channel, but as a whole, the number one things you should be cutting out would be things like processed foods and alcohol, and making sure you're getting in enough adequate calories each day to help your body fight off disease. So I hope this video gives you some tips and some support in living a healthy, balanced lifestyle for you. Feel free to message us so we can elaborate on this if possible. And lastly, make sure you like this post, share this post, and follow for the pop quiz question so you have a chance to win a session with us to see what your body may need to live your best life. Thank you so much and have an awesome day.